Hello guys, Cybershoop here. Want to give my thoughts on the latest announcement Sega just released last night or 2 days ago by the time I'm recording this at Sega FES 2018, which I guess is like an E3 conference or press release for them. Anyhow, I didn't watch the live stream, but a few interesting things came out from the event. But first was the announcement of a new console. No, not a Dreamcast 2 or anything, but a Sega Mega Drive Mini, which you could guess is a console similar to the NES or SNES Classic Editions, an emulation box basically, in the shape of the console it's emulating. Now when I heard they were doing this, I got excited. Sure, they're just copying Nintendo once again because the SNES and NES Classics sold like crazy and people fell in love with them, myself included. But I'm fine with any type of company putting their best games into an emulation machine for the fact that it can be a cool piece of hardware to own. Sure, you can emulate all these games on your phone, but this streamlines the process to just a point of a plug and play. Why deal with finding safe sites to download ROMs when somebody can provide it for you with an official copy? Sure, I use ROMs all the time. In fact, I modded my NES and SNES Classic to have more ROMs, but when there's an option to officially support the developers, I'll always take that way first. However, this console could look like anything and it could still be crap because of the poor emulation. And Sega, why do you keep giving AtGames so many chances with your licenses? AtGames isn't a good developer of Sega hardware. I heard they've done decent with Coleco and Atari, but Sega hardware they've never been decent at. Just let me play you a clip from one of their mini clone consoles. If you've played, like, for example, Sonic 1, which I'll have up on screen, you could definitely tell the differences right away. So unless AtGames somehow comes up with a good emulator, I don't got high hopes for this. I'll probably still buy it just to give a review, and while there's no release date, it is going to be coming sometime this year. Game-wise, just throw some columns and Sonic on there and you can't do much wrong. Speaking of Sonic, another announcement was that Sega is releasing more Sega Ages remakes coming out this summer for the Nintendo Switch. Sega Ages, for those who don't know, were semi-remakes of many older Genesis games that were released on the Saturn and PlayStation 2. Some of these remakes were like Space Harrier or Fantasy Zone, but the new remakes that are coming are for Phantasy Star 1, Thunderstorm 4, and the first Sonic the Hedgehog game. I haven't played Thunderstorm and I haven't gotten the Phantasy Star yet, even though I should, but of course I'm pretty interested in the Sonic 1 remake. Now on the PlayStation 2, many of these Ages games were given modern graphics, so with Sonic 1 I have a few ideas on how this could be remade. Our first idea was a style similar to Sonic 2 HD, you know, the fan game, something with 2D drawings in place of sprites giving off a nice clean animation look, and they could even base it off the Toei Sonic design. I didn't expecting the remakes to use the forces of Generation's Hedgehog engine, because that would simply increase the price too high to sell. I mean, it's cool if they would remake Sonic 1 that way, but there are so many ports of Sonic 1 out there for $1. What stops a casual person from buying the $1 port on like iOS compared to spending maybe a $40 version for consoles? It would not really drive that many sales unless it was hardcore Sonic or Sega fans. The second idea is just to port over Sonic 1's mobile version of Christian Whitehead and update some of the character sprites to be more Mania-ish. Christian Whitehead's version of Sonic 1 is probably the definitive version of the game, if not for the fact that it's only locked to phones. But porting this over to consoles and having Sonic 1 with Tails and Knuckles and widescreen support would be good enough for me personally. Content-wise, besides the already mentioned Tails and Knuckles, maybe a spin dash option could be added like Sonic 1 on the 3DS. I really can't see anything else being added. Sonic 1 really didn't have that much cut content. In fact, you could go check out my old Missing Bits video on Sonic 1 to look at some of the no content there is. Actually, I think the mobile version did have Super Sonic, so that could also be added. I hope these Sega Ages games sell well enough that they get localized in the West and Europe, because I think besides 2 releases, it's mainly been a Japan series. So if you have Japanese eShop cards and you can read Japanese, the Switch is region locked free so you can play it that way. Shouldn't be that much of a hassle. What are your guys' thoughts on the Mega Drive Classic or the Sonic 1 remake? Tell me in the comments below. I have social media links and Patreon in the description, and as always, I am Cybershoom, hoping you have a good one.